No.
Aruki says. Follow for follow.
Vote.
Aruki says.
Ban.
Follow.
Vote. Ban. Vote. Ban.
Thelokinistako says. Ag.
Wow. I'm missing settings. Wow. I'm missing settings. Wow. I'm missing.
Thelokinistako says. I'm doing a math test, so I'm just saying hi. I'll be back. I wish you luck with your one of diligence.
Alright, good luck with your math.
Thelokinistako says.
Don't fail
1
it.
hour.
Yeah, go do math stuff. I gotta fix these settings. Uh, I don't know how to avoid keyboard noises. But that will be a problem for another day. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Okay. Now maybe it'll work. I'm just trying to separate audio tracks. I'm just trying to separate audio tracks. Ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, it works. Now YouTube gets no music. Welcome, Bright.
Lightest Bright says. Botrix is inactive.
Too
Lightest
bad.
Bright says. Heh heh.
How do you know?
Lightest Bright says. No.
Oh yeah. I don't wanna work.
Brightest light says. Beep.
Bo bo bo.
Brightest light says. I came here so I can hear the music.
Good. Thank you for coming here. I just get too many copyright claims on YouTube. And you know what? Like why even bother?
Brightest light says. And art, I guess.
Come for the music, maybe the art.
Brightest light says. But mainly music.
Brightest
Brightest light says. Also. Brightest light says. How dare you?
How dare I what?
Brightest light says. At least I can still pet the shark. Red Bean Bitter Cream says. It's my potato friend, it's been forever, how the heck you been?
Lord. It has been, I don't even remember you. That's how long it's been. I'm doing pretty good. I cannot complain. I have food,
Brightest
shelter.
light says. Damn.
All I don't have
Brightest
is energy.
says, bad streamer.
Skills, man. Call me lucky that I even managed. I can't even figure out mic settings. Alright, so you're lucky I can even turn on the computer. Alright, but how ya been, Red Bean Potato Bitter Cream?
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. I used to go buy flowers in K.
Okay. That would explain things. I remember you being around.
Brightest light says. I happen to remember everyone I meet.
That sounds like a horrifying existence. Imagine not being able to forget people. What do I want it to do here?
Brightest light says. True.
Like, I don't know, like maybe there are people you really want to forget.
Brightest light says. I wanna forget myself.
Amnesia is a mixed bag.
Lightest bright says. Fuck the bot. Brightest light says. I'm too annoying to put. Brightest light says. Ha.
I turned on, I switched to the live chat. So then I can see your cursing now.
Brightest light says. I sent that a whole 2 minutes ago.
No one said I was smart.
Brightest light says. XD. Red Bean Bitter Cream says. Happy to be remembered. Brightest light says. I was so confused and scared for my online safety.
Don't worry, your online safety is a lie. Dun 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 dun.
Brightest light says. Oh right, we don't have that here.
No, that. None of that blasphemy. Okay. Now, time to understand things. It doesn't do anything on open,
Brightest light
and it
says.
does everything on
Did you make this
here.
template?
I did not. This is the vBridger sample model. Not mine. I don't claim credit. I'm just trying to learn from it to make a tasty model. That's all.
Brightest light says. Hey Rio, have you done a human male before? I think I've only seen male Fury VTubers on your commissions site.
Okay. Technically we have Little Panda's like, it's a male, but it's cute. Let me show you one thing.
Brightest
I
light
have
says.
this guy.
Oh right.
Which I'll
Brightest
open
light
as
says.
soon as you fucking...
I forge your about Panda.
I have this dude. Which I'm actually thinking about redrawing. Because I've learned. And he's probably too cute. I like him. Honestly, I don't hate him. He's probably too cute though. Like I could probably draw him again better. He does have a tail. I need to practice my mature males, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, I do have one that's in the works. Which, actually. Ta-da. Is that how this fucking... Wow. I had this as an overlay and I literally... Okay, whatever. This. How do I transform it or anything? This. I mean, that's just like a...
Brightest Light says. I was just curious because I still want to commission you when I get there.
Yeah, well, I hope that by the time you get here, I'm worthy. That's all I can hope for.
Brightest Light says. You're worthy either way.
Boo. Where's the pout?
Red
Oh,
Bean
it's
Bitter Cream
called
says.
Shrug.
Dang, I was just subbed to a channel that had cool potato emotes you would have liked, but looks like it ran out just today.
Oh, I can imagine it'd be like baked
Brightest Light
potato.
says. Honestly, even if you had not even drawn those two, I probably would still choose you B.
But that makes you delusional. How do you choose me even without anything?
Brightest Light says. Yup.
Tisk tisk.
Brightest Light says. Because you asked for loyalty.
But like, not all loyalty is monetary, but is this shrugging? Okay, this is shrugging. Mouth shrug and it does this. This is interesting. Is it just the mesh? Painful. I don't pout.
Brightest Light says. I will never understand what you do.
I rig. I tell the thing. At this moment, you will be doing this thing. That.
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. Sorry to tell you, but potatoes are not allowed the ability to shrug.
Sadness. Well, I don't need arms. Who
Red
cares?
Bean Bitter Cream says. This is by law.
Fuck the law. Who told the law that it could show me? I wonder if I can get funnel.
Brightest Light says. Seeing a smiling potato say foot de la is amazingly perfect.
But I'm pretty sure I have one. And this one has blend shapes.
Brightest Light says. Has what shapes?
Blend shapes. These things.
Brightest Light says. Oh.
I don't even know what fucking blend shapes are. Why am I doing this? Let's not talk about it. Why do I need any of this? I don't need any of this shit. Whatever. Fuck with some of the. They're just curiosities. Can't really rig them in YouTube Studio anyway. Oh, it just looks cute though.
Brightest Light says. Wait, how long has Ihara had this model commissioned?
Fucking maybe more than 2 years. It shows you urgency to complete it.
Brightest Light says. Ikra. Brightest Light says. You have true dedication.
No, I think you forgot a term. It's called I have true procrastination. Because this should have been done faster. Like, oh no, don't get it confused. It's not because I'm slow. It's truly because I lost all my motivation. But now I'm here.
Brightest Light says. No, you're so dedicated and you take time to make sure it's perfect.
No, I mean, we're gonna try, but
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. As a potato that would make sense. Brightest Light says. Look at your title, silly potato.
I don't. Lord.
Brightest Light says.
No, my
It
titles.
even says you're diligent.
Well, it's 1 hour of diligence. Alright. Is Twitch like okay, Taco? I need like a help. Is Twitch like super delayed? Wait, Taco's not here.
Brightest Light says.
Look,
I'm sure you're always diligent.
no one's here. No one's here to tell me how delayed things are.
Brightest Light says. He's doing school. Brightest Light says.
Boo.
Let me pull up Twitch.
Like all I need is I just need to see how delayed things are. I don't know why. I just have the feeling it's super delayed. But you just tell me. Like I'll keep talking. Blah 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 blah. Alright. How do they do eyeball? Oh, they don't show it. Great.
Brightest Light says. It's the same time for kick for me.
Okay. Thank you very much for checking. I appreciate it.
Brightest Light says. Might just need a refresh.
Okay.
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. I am right here talking to you.
Yeah, but when you said the thing about the potato, I was like, what, like, what would make sense? And I was like, wait, are we still talking about, like, not having arms? That was, like, big confusion. It changes so much. God damn it. It's, like, so 3D. I hate it.
Brightest Light says. Poor potato brain.
It is poor potato me, okay? Oh, and it's, like, it's whatever the fuck this is. It looks nice. What is this again? Okay. I'm pretty sure it's like interpolation because it's not a repeat loop or anything. So, meat.
Red Bean Bitter Cream says.
Is it gonna wave?
Oh, no, I meant the fact you lost motivation fast and then procrastinated.
Yeah, I needed some like in the ground sprouting time. You could say. There were my tool details.
Brightest Light says. 2 years worth of sprouting time.
Yeah, well.
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. MHM exactly.
Look at this fucking wave. Just to the right. And then it curves. And then it curves.
Brightest light says. Also, you're the only artist I know that does this, so like, this to me just sounds like how it normally is to my unknowledgeable brain.
Then you need to meet more. I don't badly influence you. Then I'm just being a bad influence. I can't have you thinking that all of us artists are as lazy as I am.
Brightest light says. You could honestly tell me that your pricing is super expensive or super cheap and I would have to believe you.
That's another dangerous thing. You shouldn't
Brightest
trust
light
me.
says. You're not lazy.
Same definition of lazy.
Brightest light says. Just diligent.
No. We need another beautiful brick core.
Brightest light says. Ihara's poor mouth.
Look, all mouths need some breaking. Alright, and I'm setting a hard limit for like 1:30 a.m.
Brightest light says. Hard limit. On the length of stream.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Brightest light says. No.
I did it wrong.
Brightest light says. What time is it for you, RN?
Like, I'm just saying. 20. But literally 50 more minutes. Right? Yeah, that doesn't look like a fun mouth X. This looks completely torturous. It would give an interesting effect. It gives, you know, for a cruel, like a toothy, like a guy character, this would be pretty nice. Because it's like a nice Ihara, I gotta tone it down.
Brightest light says. Two-Face from Batman vtuber model. Brightest
Sounds
light says.
difficult.
That's my only thought. Grimp the Necromancer says.
What? Grim? You're alive? What are you doing? Is your Wi-Fi back? I saw on Twitter that you had a
Brightest Light says.
Wi-Fi
WTF.
death.
Brightest Light says. Grim.
I'm very surprised to see you, Grim. How you doing?
Grimp the Necromancer says. Why are you a potato? Botrix says. Thank you for the follow, Dracoswis.
Thank you for the follow.
Brightest Light
Today
says.
I'm a potato.
He's alive.
Because my eyes are so squinty from being tired that I would just be having my eyes closed the entire time.
My Wi-Fi was back the same day.
Okay, that's good. And I figure people would complain if I just had my eyes closed the entire time as a shark, so...
Says. Hi, Grim.
Yeah, this is fine.
Brightest Light says. I hope you've been okay. Grimp the Necromancer says. Hey, Light.
I'm been pretty good. Hey, you guys do your best to communicate cross-platform. You know, like, the only thing that I haven't been doing well is staying on task, but I'm trying to get better at that.
Red Bean Bitter Cream says. This is their true form, Grim.
Yeah, when I get time, money, and creative power, I want to make myself, you know, that's somewhere in the future. Okay, it's not as beautiful as theirs, but you know what, I'm fine with it. Pucker widen. Pucker and widen seems self-explanatory.
Brightest Light says. Dude, someone's going to have to commission you to make your own model SMH.
That would be really my dream. Just pay me to do what I need to do for myself, you know? But like realistically, if I ever get donations and stuff like that, it would be like a goal. Like X donations. X donations, I make my own model. So you guys contribute to my own goal.
XD.
Like that's I like being paid to do things, even for myself. Oh god. That was like a very powerful yawn. Like my body begging for help.
I'll remember this when I get a job.
No, when you get a job, you should be saving for your own future, okay? 401k, Roth IRA.
I'ma just pour money into the potato.
That is the most unhealthy thought ever.
Says, fuck my future.
No, your future is all you have. Don't make me refund you and then get my account banned for refunding.
Says, I'm here for a good time. Brightest Light says.
I don't allow it.
Not a long time.
I don't allow it. What do you call this one? Pucker widen. Great name.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Banned for refunding? Grimp the Necromancer says. That's a thing.
Look, I am so terrified of all these platforms that I just assume they'll ban me for anything. Like, you know, I'm actually scared that the first time I get another donation on my coffee page, that I'll get banned because I like haven't been using it for like a year.
XD.
Like, I'm even scared of PayPal. I'm scared of all that shit.
Brightest light says. It's clearly illegal activity. Brightest light says.
Let me just read away.
Brightest light says. Yup.
Oh, there you go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What are you doing? You know, with my blurry vision, those all just look like pandas to me. Oh, baby.
Brightest light says. They aren't.
I don't want to zoom in to look. All I see is pandas.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Pandas. Brightest light says.
Pandas.
Oh, it's the skelly dude. Brightest light says. Poor Ihara's eyes.
It's a symptom. No, it's symptoms of not being complete. You get these tumors in your
Brightest light
skull.
says. Also, what's up with her right eye?
It's just so the left eye, which you're referring to as the right eye, the one that's not moving.
Brightest light says. Is it not rigged yet?
Yeah, it's just not rigged. Literally that. I did one eye, and then I flip it over. Cause fuck y'all if you think
oh, I'm a dumb
I'm gonna do same thing 2 times. I gotta chop off my nuts. Grib, are you trying to like scum for points? You will never catch up to Taco.
Brightest light says. Miss, it's the left eye, not the right eye.
Look, no way, if you're probably right, actually.
Brightest light says.
Right.
Frick you.
I'm dying.
Necromancer says.
You think I can?
It has a timer. Brightest light says. T.
Where's the timer? What is the timer? What's counting down?
Brightest light says. SHHH.
Don't look that up.
Brightest light says. Don't tell her the secrets. Grimp the Necromancer says. The message points.
Uh.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Has a timer.
Nah.
Botrix says. Brightest light has 1,805 points.
This music really does bang though.
Brightest light says. Beep. Botrix says. Brightest light has 1,805 points. Botrix says. Brightest light, you leveled up to level 8. Brightest light says. I leveled up.
Where the fuck is that clue?
Brightest light says. Never gonna get to that 20 like Taco though.
Will this work? Guess who gets to do this by hand? Called being a dumbass.
Grimp the Necromancer says. SMH.
Something like this get physics. Actually, I think I could give it physics. Very subtle physics. This song is interesting too, but I love that like breaking shit kind of breakcore.
Brightest Light says. I love it. Brightest Light says. What's the name?
This one specifically is 2129. It is probably Empty Mind Finny Void.
Corio says. Empty Mind Feeny Void.
And it's about to end, and we're going into a new one.
Brightest Light says. Thanks, bestie.
You know, I take the music seriously. If nothing else.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Rio.
Green.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Rio.
What? Video life of me.
Grimp the Necromancer says. No.
No. If you don't know, then I don't know how to rig. I put down the pen. Oh no. I just suddenly thought of a plushie Sonic the Hedgehog with a train conductor's outfit. Oh.
Grimp the Necromancer says.
Yeah.
Rio.
I can't tell if I'm tired or nauseous. Is my time limit up yet? Like, almost. I'm just gonna finish this.
Grimp the Necromancer says, how much does a model cost?
It starts like at around like 200 for half body. Like this. Then raises for complexity. How many models have you gotten? I mean, at least this one would be better than that other $200 model you got, like the first one you got. And you're lucky because I need male examples.
Brightest Light says, like 300 with rigging for half body, right? Grimp the
Yeah,
Necromancer says,
but like,
just the 1-2D and 2 PNGs.
the thing, bright. I will say, like, I am negotiable a lot because the thing with models, like, if it's a simple design, the price can be lower. If it's a complex design, the price will definitely be higher. And if it's a design that makes me happy, the design will be low. Like the price will
Brightest
be
Light
low.
says, dude, I was so behind.
How could you?
Brightest Light says, why was my stream so behind?
You tell me. Should I wait? 1 second. Bright, refresh. Alright, I'm gonna try one thing.
Brightest Light says, technically first. Grimp the Necromancer says,
Technically.
can ya take a look at my current PNG when you get the chance? I need to know if it's complex.
Discord me. Give me those. Yeah, we're in Discord. Whoa. Send it.
Grimp the Necromancer says, sent.
I like the design is just a guy in like normal clothes, so no, not very complex. But if, for example, you wanted a model sitting like that, it would, yeah, it would be complex. But I mean, it would be an interesting model, but like, it would be fucking pricey. But yeah, the design itself is pretty simple. Also, that chibi looks like it has boobs. Telling you straight up.
Grimp the Necromancer says, no.
It looks like it.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Damn it.
Now you can never unsee it. I should add in the
Grimp the Necromancer says. I already noticed.
It looks like a chick with short hair. Yep.
Presvale Coruscant says. Hello K.
Hello, Presville.
Presvale Coruscant says. I'm feeling a bit epa today.
Then you know what? I think you should eep yourself to sleep. I don't know this. Well, there is no music on the YouTube side. I'm trying something out, but you'll probably fall asleep way faster, or not.
Grimp the Necromancer says. Sleepy.
If
Sleep.
sleepy, sleep. But yeah, it's a nice place to start for a design. It's good. Good base. Now where the
Presvale
fuck
Coruscant
is the
says.
inside
EP.
thing? Be the EP. I just saw one Twitter meme that was like, I eep. It's like it's the circle of life, but it's just sleeping. It's called I eep, and then I
Audrix
eep,
says.
and then I eep.
Presvale Coruscant you leveled up to level 3.
Congrats, EP boy.
Presvale Coruscant says. Yay.
Where is I at? This thing. Dun, dun, dun. See, I know there's a talk inside of there. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I still want to keep my bedtime 15 more minutes. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Velocinistaco says, I'm back.
Taco. Now the whole gang has been here.
Brightest Light says, my love. Velocinistaco says, hey Grim. Grim the Necromancer says, is doing a light color switch thing a thing? Like hair / eye color. Brightest Light says,
Yeah, that's normal.
ahem.
Like, that's possible.
Brightest Light says, I mean.
You could even do
Brightest
it
Light says,
within
hi,
VTube
bestie.
Studio.
Grim the Necromancer says,
You don't even.
yo taco. Velocinistaco says, why the gay bright why?
Why the gay?
Brightest Light says, I don't know.
Can there ever be an explanation for the gay?
Brightest Light says, what's wrong with a lil bromance? Velocinistaco says, or the new one I heard is. Velocinistaco says, homosexual.
I don't approve of this.
Velocinistaco says, only gay for the homies. Velocinistaco says, XDDD. Velocinistaco says, I'm sorry lol, how's the art going?
I think it's going pretty well. You know, biased opinion. Like, I'm pretty sure I got what I should have done for the day done. I can quickly add these. Yes. Talking. Equip. Really, everything else okay. The only thing in talking is that. Talking.
Velocinistaco says, it's all coming together.
Yes, I do. I mean, these are the basic pieces. You know, the hardest piece is gonna be the head movement and the body movement and the physics. That's really all there is to it, right? But then if I wanted to, I can go a little crazy. There's some different things I could add. And I'm thinking about them. First I'll give the basic model. And then I'll be, you know, big weight off my chest. Geek puff. And then head XY.
Grim the Necromancer says, Rio, what's Deady Space? Thelokinastaco says. So exciting.
What is Dead Space? Where are you seeing it? Because Dead Space is a cool game. Not the remake, but the originals.
Grimp the Necromancer says. In your description.
Brave of you to assume I know anything. Games I wanna. It says right there. Games I wanna play. Harvest Moon, Tokyo Jungle, all the Zero Escapes, Danganronpa, Infinity Series, Root Double, Phantom Trick Ghost Detective, and Dead Space. As in Dead Space, the games. I can't even hear that.
Answer says. So silly.
When have I ever been serious? Like, excuse me. Okay.
Crumbling Sanity says. I never thought I would see the day where I finally meet someone with a potato VTuber model. My dreams have come true this dia. Crumbling Sanity says.
I mean, with your crumbling sanity, how can you be sure?
Holy, that voice freaked me out, lol.
That voice is you. But with your crumbling sanity, how can you be sure that I'm actually a potato?
It might be lol.
You might have wanted to see a potato so bad that you're now imagining things. Careful.
Thelokinastaco says. She's a tuber. Crumbling Sanity says. Some people say that I might be an extension of the streamer themselves.
I mean, what streamer has sanity? Ha. That's funny.
Crumbling Sanity says. These might be your thoughts being shown in the chat right now, lol.
Not enough gay. Not enough gay.
Crumbling Sanity says. And right now you're thinking about lasagna.
Yeah. Sorry, my thoughts are dominated by like 5 specific things at any point.
Crumbling Sanity says.
Lasagna is not one of them.
LOL. Thelokinastaco says. Not enough gay.
There's not enough gay in these comments.
Crumbling Sanity says. You should tell us those things.
Alright. Well, first, I'm so pissed off. I got to chapter 79 of this one novel called, like, My Love Rival Went Bankrupt. Alright? And it's this adorable story, and it's so real, alright? Unlike a lot of these that I read, it's not like a little, like it's not like a top and a bottom, like, the bottom is, oh, it's so cutesy, basically a girl, and the top is like just, like a manly man. No, they're both real dudes, and it's so refreshing. Alright? One of them is the bastard son of, some business guy. The other one is the bankrupt guy. But his so his company, well, his like entire family went bankrupt. His parents went abroad after like basically selling off all their assets and paying off the loan sharks. They went abroad. They left him to try and finish up the cleanup before he's supposed to go abroad too. All right. But then our two main characters have basically been like rivals in life. They were rivals all throughout high school until at one specific point the male lead, the bankrupt one, stopped reciprocating the like the rivalry. So the main character, the bastard son, would usually, play pranks on him, compete with him. But one day the male lead just stopped like responding to any of it. Wouldn't bully him back anymore, basically. So then they drifted apart. So now they're both adults. And everyone's still like, their rivalry is so renowned. They're like, even as adults, all their friends know that they, quote unquote hate each other. So then the main character's friend, they're at this gay bar. And the main character's friend is like, wow, look, it's that guy over there that you hate. He's bankrupt now. You should go. You should go offer to pay him to be your bitch. Basically. Like, and since he's so bankrupt, he'll have to accept, basically the friend is like, look, you can go humiliate him with your money that he no longer has. But it does not turn out the way that it's supposed to go. Basically, they go to a hotel room, and the main character, both of them are the clueless virgins. The main character gets topped instead of doing the topping, and then they start a very twisted, long, drawn-out relationship where basically the main character is like, okay, I'm gonna take care of you now as your like sugar daddy because you're bankrupt. And the male lead, this entire like, he says he's bankrupt, but he has like connections. So this entire time he's kind of like, she's just like literally smooching off the main character. He lives in his house, eats his food, but the entire while you can tell that he's like doing things behind the scenes. And his parents keep calling him and they're like, why aren't you in America yet? And he's like, I got some things to do.
Potato 420 says, no way one of my brethren's Iowa.
Oh wow.
Crumbling Sanity says,
We came from the same
LOL,
eye.
I'll be honest, this novel does sound kinda interesting.
Look, and this is like one of the most tame novels I've ever read. But I didn't even get the fucking, I just love these characters so much, right? These are not pushovers. The main character, he comes out punching fucking everyone. There is this amazing scene where both of them are invited back to the high school for like a 10-year reunion. whatever it's called, right? And they're both forced to go. Because, the main character, he's literally, fuck everyone, I do what I want. And he was, like, adamantly against going. But then his dad, who he is the bastard son of, is like, look, you go to this thing, or you're not getting a visa to get out of the country. Basically, I had to bribe the school
Crumbling Sanity says,
to
LOL.
To, like, vouch for you to get a visa.
Patrick says, Crumbling Sanity, you leveled up to level 1.
Congrats on leveling up. But because the dad basically wants to kick him out of the country because he is such a shame to his family, being a bastard son that only gets in trouble. And but what we learn throughout the story is that this quote unquote troublemaking bastard son is actually just a victim. He's been abused by everyone because his mother died, and then he was thrown into the into the wolf den because he was forced to live with the quote unquote main family. His mother was the mistress. He basically abused entire life, neglected. Okay, so his dad forces him to come to the school, and then he gets to the school, and the staffers or organizers like, okay, your dad, he's donated like thousands of dollars worth of equipment, computers, to the school in your name, and he wanted you to go up to the stage and give a like 3-minute speech on how much you love the school, etc. And the main character just gets a great big smile on his face, like, oh, my dad,
says,
my grand
wow.
old dad, he really knows how to set things up for me. And then he texts his friend, and his friend is like, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm at the reunion. And his friend is like, why didn't they invite me? I didn't get, because this is one where you have to get an invite. And actually, the main character didn't even get an invite. His dad had to get one for him. But the main character's friend, he didn't get an invite. And then they don't talk about it, but meanwhile I'm thinking like, well, maybe
Potato 420 says,
you.
oh, I see. So you only do VTuber commissions every stream you do?
Yay! Mainly because it's the only thing I have to do. But like, I also sing and rant about novels and mostly rant about novels.
Crumbling Sanity says, it pretty much seems like the father pulls the strings and the son kinda has to follow basically.
Unfortunate, of course, it's unfortunate, but here's what's interesting. So he does have the father does have a legitimate son.
And the Necromancer says, Rio plays games sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. But the legitimate son is the perfect son, of course, right? He follows his dad's orders. He already has a high-ranking position in the family company. The bastard son, literally, like when he was an adult, he was kicked out of the house, given some living money. But what we learn so many things throughout the story that just crumble everyone's false perceptions of him. He actually has his own money. He started a company with his best friend. And he has actually been keeping track of every single cent that his so-called family has sent him, because he wants to return it all and cut ties with them. And he's just kind of waiting for the best moment. And but no, he absolutely drops the mic.
420 says, what novel are you talking about?
I will get the exact name. I download every book I read.
Says, in that way it does seem like a troll, to be honest then, cause he seems like he can already do everything on his own anyway.
Oh yeah, he's the reason that he is sticking around is because he wants to get to the bottom of his mother's death. Because she died in a car accident. Allegedly a drunk driver, but they never found him. And also, when he was kicked out of the house, when he became an adult, he hired a housemaid, general thing, right? And she tried to poison him and kill him. And ever since then, he has been a bit like on his tiptoes. He doesn't want to run away. He doesn't want to cut ties until he gets to the bottom of everything. And the scenes are very just so many emotional scenes. We get his mother was a third-rate actress. That's a word, right? I'm at the point of sleepiness where I don't really know what words are. A third-rate actress who managed to get with the father as the mistress, but we know that there's something behind it. He does not seem like the type of snake that tries to get get with the guy just for the money. Because they, you know, the main character and his mother did live with the main family for a while, but they got kicked out. They had to survive on their own. But then the mom died in a car accident, and the son was forced to live with the main family. We get scenes of him watching some of her old acting gigs. It's all very emotional, but the entire time it's a healing story because the male lead, you know, is there for the main character as he goes through all this shit. So okay, so there's also some like business drama. That there's like this whole like the male lead is bankrupt plotline. So there's like a bunch of business drama
Crumbling
that has
Sanity says, well, that's weird too, cause if they illegally got kicked out anyway beforehand, how was the son able to go back to the main family, cause wouldn't word reach them that they got kicked out of it? Crumbling Sanity says, previous family's home.
Let me explain it again. Basically this. So the main character's mom was a mistress, was not the main wife of the father. I think she hid the baby from the father for like a big chunk of his life because they didn't live together with the main family forever. We only get snippets of his background.
Says, oh.
So it's like we don't know. Like I mean, like I'm on chapter 79, and I don't know yet. They may explain this more, but all I know is that at some point, he and his mom went like lived with the main family, and I mean the main wife and her son, which is the legitimate son. So they lived together for some point, but probably in less than a year, they already got kicked out again. Or kicked out for the first time. But then, probably in less than 2 years after they got kicked out, the mother died. And then, after the mother died, the father chose to raise the bastard son as his own. It's like the minute details aren't.
Says, wait, so the baby of the wife was hiding was the MC?
Yeah, but like the hiding part is not the most important part. The important details are kind of.
Says, man, everything you've been explaining, it's so much going on. LOL.
But the in comparison to some of the other stories I've read, this is not a very complex plot, but it's very well written and very emotional. It's kind of the emotions like of you get this guy who has been neglected. He everyone thinks he's some kind of like troublemaking rich like playboy, but he's a bastard son. He has no like like according to everyone else, he has no future. His father is constantly saying like, "Oh, good thing I have my real son, because you really ain't living up to anything." Meanwhile, like we get a glimpse into his life. He's had opportunities that he's had to give up in order to investigate his mother's death. He has passions, but he's trapped there. It's all very suffocating. And then we get like another perspective of the male lead, who has been like watching ever since high school, but he hasn't come forward. But now that they're both adults, they can be this is the healing part. They come together, they pull each other through, they protect each other. And the cool thing is that the male lead, even though his family went bankrupt, everyone still respects him in the business world. We never really get the detail of how it went bankrupt. I'm thinking there's gonna be some twist.
Potato 420 says. The MC got the berserk treatment.
I never watched that. I only know that like Griffith looks too pretty. I don't even want to watch it now. Griffith is too pretty. I have like redo this. I don't want to rig. I want to talk about my novels. Because
Crumbling Sanity says. You did mention that you had 5 things that were on your mind though, and you gave us the first one. What are the other 4?
Alright, so the other 4
says. I need to consume all the berserk stuff. I keep hearing it's good.
And I'm scared of it now. Okay, I guess let's see. That was number 1. Number 2 could be my model making career. I've been slightly obsessing over that, thinking about how I can improve, how I can become more modern with these zoomers and these boomers and these new kids with all their cool tricks, and I'm just making normal models. And then the art perspective is like, because I draw and rig them, so I'm limited by my own skill. That's one thing. Then I have this other obsession, which is these novels. It's a separate from topic number 1, because it's more thinking about like translating and distributing these novels. That's a whole can of worms. So that's 3 things. 4th thing, I guess, my fountain pens. I'm very obsessed with those. I have a whole nother obsession with stationery and this fountain pens and writing.
Says. To be honest, that might not be possible with the generational gap, cause it's pretty difficult to get through the newer generation.
I don't even need to get through them. I just need to find the ones with money and sell them models. Like social media is scary.
Crumbling Sanity says. LOL, that's what I like to hear. Potato 420 says. Hopefully the Gen Alphas won't be much more worse than Gens.
I'm hoping that the Gen Alphas will be the one to like just burn the world down. I'd be happy with that. Okay, let me actually, I just want to rig this one thing. Is everything prepared? I just want to do this one stupid thing. Bob.
Crumbling Sanity says. I mean, in general, the world is probably going to go up in flames. Cause if we have to rely on the newer generations to make things happen to better our future, then it's looking pretty bleak. Crumbling Sanity says. I mean, it's hard enough just trying to get their attention, lol.
It's fine. Soon enough, instead of like normal education systems, we'll be forced to send our kids into like survival training camps that are split into different fields. Which ironically sounds like some of the novels I read. But it could be fun. We could get the Divergent.
There you go. Now you're thinking like a pro, lol. Thelochinistacco says. Gen Alphas really aren't that different from Gens tbh. Potato 420 says. Gen Alpha is gonna be the one to start WW3.
Grim, did you change your name? What the fuck is Alice Selhueca?
Carrot lol.
Why'd you change your name now?
Elisa El Huka says. No.
Look, am I the one hallucinating? Because it's not impossible.
Elisa El Huka says. You're seeing things. Crumbling Sanity says. I guess the only thing I can say to that is, better enjoy whatever good things we have left.
That's why I download all these novels. Look. I have around... Let me go in my folder. That's why I have my folders open. I was gonna go find the name. Stop distracting me. I have 139 books in my well, that's just these Chinese novels. These don't count my Western novels, which I haven't read ever since I started reading these Chinese novels. But the one that I'm talking about, I have a folder like labeled like ongoing novels. Don't read. But I read them anyway. My nemesis went bankrupt, so this is it.
Holy cow.
Opening it up.
Says, you already know it's probably a boatload of them in there. Potato 420 says,
my nemesis has finally gone bankrupt.
NGL. I kinda want some fantasy stuff in the world, or is it just me being a total weeb lol?
No, it's time. If there has ever been a time for us to finally get the magic and the psychic powers.
Greatest estate developer has a sequel kinda. Crumbling Sanity says. Well, technically that's what most video games and stuff would be for, but even those have been really lacking these days.
That has been lacking. Estate developer? I have not read a manhwa ever since I started trying to get back on board. Well, actually, ever since I started Chinese novels, I stopped manhwa. I recently started reading Heavenly Saga of the Heavenly Sword, because the main character. I just saw one screenshot of the main character being fucking ginormous, and then him having all that loose skin from losing weight.
I want to fly. My legs hurt when I go to my class. I'm on the 5th floor.
Oh, that reminds me of when I had a Spanish class on the 3rd floor of a school building.
Skin now, that's something you don't hear often.
Look, it's an amazing manhwa because it's so not afraid to be realistic, even though it's a martial arts manhwa with fucking like chi and lightning punches and all that. The guy has so much loose skin, and then even when, of course he's gonna get rid of it because he has to become the handsome protagonist at some point, but he has to basically like slather himself in some kind of ointment that's supposed to tighten the skin, and he has to wrap himself up in bandages. So everyone thinks he looks suspicious, and he's like, no, it's a.
LOL, hold up. Crumbling Sanity says, this sounding more sensual than you lead on LOL.
Nah. This ain't one of my game ones. This is like, it's all very cutesy. But if you want sensual, well, I got plenty of those.
Crumbling Sanity says, sounding like you having a fun time though, and you don't really get that from most streamers.
I mean, I have nothing to complain about in life, except things that I have caused myself. I just want to enjoy what the world offers. Being my fucking manhwa, my fucking novels, fucking music.
Crumbling Sanity says, I can respect that.
I don't know how other streamers are. The things you won't get from me is I can't do a cutesy voice. I just don't know how. I can barely articulate normal words in a normal way. Yeah. I'm just me.
The Lokinistako says, she sings good though.
Maybe.
Potato 420
Nom
says,
nom.
not the uwu magic.
Ew,
Elisa
ew,
L.
ew,
Lucas says,
ew, 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 ew.
MHM she does.
The
Crumbling
only time
Sanity
I do
says,
voices is when I
I
sing.
mean the cutsy voice thing, it's really to my liking like that, cause sometimes they give me a headache. Botrix says, Potato 420 you leveled up to level 1.
To be honest, instead of doing a cutesy voice, I would love to be able to do a very nice, like, fucking cool, deep voice. Don't judge me. What I want in my life. I'm gonna flip this eye. If I do that, can I
Crumbling Sanity says, give us your best deep voice LOL.
I haven't practiced in a long time. No, it's not the best. Yeah, so it just sounds like a husky normal voice, probably.
Crumbling Sanity says,
That, no,
LOL now
no.
when you do that, it kinda sounds like you're either having stomach problems or you're croaking like a frog.
See, the range, vocal range, it only
Potato
really comes
420
out
says,
when I
yo,
try to
what's with this
sing.
level up thing?
It's just a fun thing. It shows how, like, how much you talk,
says, shark,
how long you've been
pony,
watching.
no frog.
Was it a shark? Is it a pony? It's a frog. And like I don't know. I could. You want some karaoke? This is time for okay. I say karaoke, but I really just want to sing through
says,
Epic the Musical
it's there
again.
From what I remember for some kind of loyalty point system and you get higher in level the more you stick around a chat. Crumbling Sanity says, I don't know if she does have the point system with it though.
There is a point system. There is even a shop. But don't ask about it yet. We don't talk about. Wait. Wait, I don't know. P. Help.
Botrix says, Crumbling Sanity you can see the channel shop at Choreo/shop.
What can you even buy? Loading. It's loading. Okay. It might never load. And not loading for me.
Crumbling Sanity says, cause, I do mod for someone that has the same thing as well, but he hasn't put anything in the shop yet. Crumbling Sanity says, it's all good though, but some people get intrigued by what some of these bots can do. Botrix says,
Bonk.
Crumbling Sanity you leveled up to level 2. Elisa L. Huka says, no load.
The store, I see it here. Yeah. Mini games. Interaction. Oh, song request. Song request is interesting. I'm looking at the new features. I do like it. Okay, like I legitimately.
Crumbling Sanity says, now that song request one is a good one.
I do like it, especially considering I like do karaoke and shit. You know. Okay. Ugh. I give you the option. Yes, karaoke or no karaoke. If no, I'll put the breakcore back on. The other platforms. Not YouTube. You get severed silence.
Crumbling Sanity says. Well, personally I wouldn't mind whatever you do lol. Elisa El Huka says. Yes.
Okay. Then let
Crumbling
just
Sanity says.
make sure everyone can hear
but
it.
Karaoke is getting pretty popular with the VTubers.
Is it? I'm really not in the loop. You'll have to educate me on the what's hip with the kids. Alright. Tell me if you can hear the back.
Potato 420 says. Same I'm just a newcomer here. Crumbling Sanity
We're just
says.
potatoes in the wind.
From what I seen, it's that, then you have the just chatting stuff, the art streams. Elisa El Huka says. Wouldn't catch me doing that though.
Come on, Graham. Do some karaoke with us.
Crumbling Sanity says. Then the other stuff is just playing the trendy games and whatnot ASMR stuff. Elisa El Huka says. Nah, I don't sing. Crumbling Sanity says.
Look.
The ASMR is probably the biggest one though. Elisa El Huka says.
I just got an error saying my mic died. How is ASMR biggest? I never understand that. I think it's just another type of porn. Is this audible on the YouTube end?
Crumbling Sanity says. People love it and then you can get away with some of the more sensual stuff as well.
I'd rather just read them. I would rather just read my porn books, if that's what...
Potato 420 says. ASMR is just a human thing.
The only thing you'll get from me is books and music. Speaking of music.
Crumbling Sanity says. Cause, you have stuff like ear licking, some RP ASMR, whispering, like it has all kinds of genres with it.
Yeah, all those sounds like porn to me. Those all sound like fetishes. Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend to. There's only one thing I care about. My brothers, listen closely.
Crumbling Sanity says. It does condense what it kinda is, but you do have the more tame stuff.
Dun dun dun. Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 7 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay.
It's gotten so big though that you
have wives and your children. Alright, so we got the real life idol actors being forced to become prostitutes for everyone. And now we got the digital VTuber actors being forced to do digital pornography.
Crumbling Sanity says. LOL.
You can't escape it.
Elisa El Huka says. Ayo. Crumbling Sanity says. Pretty much yeah LOL.
Look, if I've learned anything from reading dozens of entertainment circle novels, it's that behind the scenes, it's all fucking corrupt and twisted and Epstein everywhere. And we should all just know it.
Potato 420 says. Oh, isn't there a genre of kawaii anime boy gets hit by truck and ASMR right? Crumbling Sanity says. And I do love it though, cause you will have tons of people that will defend that ASMR stuff, and it's pretty bad with the arguments. Breeze Valakora Selch says. Anyway, IGTG now. See you next time, K.
Bresville, thank you for coming.
Carrot, whoa, I never heard about that one, lol.
Thank you for coming.
Says,
have a good rest.
That's new to me. Breeze Valakora Selch says. I hope your model making goes great.
I hope so too. I'm probably just gonna sing a little bit, and then I'm going to bed like a good potato. But like, what the actual fuck is that?
Elisa L. Yuka says. Kiyotaka Ayanakaji. Crumbling Sanity says. Like I even told someone that I think that most of the ASMR stuff you don't really need to be good at. Then someone got mad at me telling me that it's difficult cause you have to do it for long. Crumbling Sanity says. Hours. Crumbling Sanity says. Which is the worst argument I ever heard, lol.
I think if I had the VTuber model on, you would see my exasperation. I work 12 hours in a factory. It's not difficult. It's just really long. Man.
Potato 420 says. Yeah, but I think that as a genre is just a meme.
I hope it's just a meme. You know, my favorite meme, getting hit by a truck and getting isekai'd. Like that's what it sounds like to me.
Crumbling Sanity says. Right, like by that logic anything you do for long hours is practically hard.
Bleh. You gotta... There's way too many directions. I could take that.
Crumbling Sanity says. I could poke someone in real life for 8 hours and that would technically be labeled as hard.
Look, the dedicated poke torture. Very
Elisa
difficult job.
Says. Trunk con up.
OP. You put trunk con.
Crumbling Sanity says. Haha.
My legs are numb. Oh.
Delochinus Daco says. I'll be back later.
Darkness, I'm going to sleep soon.
420 says.
Have a good time.
Saying, I'm an anime ice guy addict, lol. Elisa L. Yuka says. I noticed too late.
Instead of anime isekai, I'm a Chinese novel transmigrator.
Carrot, someone mentioned to me that there is some new isekai anime coming out. Crumbling Sanity says. I just never remembered the name.
Forget something new. I just want ReZero Season 3. Please. Maybe more Goblin Slayer.
Sanity says. LOL exactly.
I'm a simple man. Give me my Goblin Death. And my ReZero.
Crumbling Sanity says. Like most of them aren't exactly bad, but they really reuse the same plot lines over and over again.
Okay. I will say, after reading, dozens of these novels.
Stay safe, don't die GL with work.
YouTube, you study your math, get good, live well, etc. Don't die. Okay. From my dozens of novels being read, you do see these very same settings. The good novels will take the cliche settings and just make something new that you just get sucked into. The bad ones will just kind of mishmash different already out there stories and make something different enough that you're not bored, but not unique enough that you care. Yeah, like most of these isekai animes. It's even worse when it's anime for me because I can't read like with the book. I can really just speed read. Anything that's boring, I can kind of block out. With anime, I mean, there's so many different factors: the voice, audio, like
Crumbling
the visual.
Says, true that, but now you kinda don't have to, cause it's just the safe way to go, and most people tend to eat that stuff up.
Me. We need. The thing is, what's interesting is that if content stopped being made right now, no one would be without content to watch or listen to or read. There's plenty of it, but people always want more, new, etc.
Crumbling Sanity says, very true.
There's tons of anime. There are like 900 episodes of Case Closed that I still have to watch. I can watch one with my lunch every day for like 2 years. And at that point, I might as well learn Japanese.
Crumbling Sanity says, And then you have to factor in the fact that now you got more newbies getting into the scene and they're of course appealing to that demographic now. Crumbling Sanity says. Most of the older anime fans and stuff are being singled out.
Yeah. But okay, but like anyone that sees that audience base being not catered to will hopefully, take the chance and make something geared towards them.
Says, One Piece is really getting on my nerves. Luffy's Gear 5 looks so cool. It making me want to watch One Piece.
Is it getting on your nerves or is it making you want to watch?
Crumbling Sanity says. Carrot, it does. I was getting some ads about the Gear 5 stuff.
I have no idea what that is. Never watched One Piece. I gotta flip this eye. Tonight we make the Trojans pay.
Crumbling Sanity says, One Piece is some pirate anime and they're basically looking for some sort of treasure that was buried but one of the greatest pirates known to man.
Blackbeard. Yeah.
Crumbling Sanity says. It's one of those series that's extremely long like Bleach and Naruto and I can imagine that they're annoyed by the fact they have to go through so much material to get to the more interesting stuff.
Yeah, these long ass type animes. I like it when there's a website that kind of color codes all the episodes. Here's all the filler. Here's all the plot.
Piece, but I don't want to watch One Piece. Do you get me?
I get you. Says, I get you.
Carrot, I get you.
It's like, I don't know. I kind of want to watch Bleach, but I don't need to watch Bleach. Mostly I just want to watch him fight with his inner self.
Yeah, and then you have to account for the movies as well, and there was a more recent movie with One Piece.
What about the Netflix adaptation? I never pay attention to that stuff. I mean, I only pay attention because I watch like YouTubers rant about them.
Elisa L. Yuka says, the new seasons of
There's new Bleach? I thought that shit was over. Don't even tell me. I don't need to know.
Do NT even get me started on that? But from what I heard, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and like comparing to the Cowboy Bebop one, I didn't get too many bad vibes from it. Good lord.
Crumbling Sanity says, LOL, yeah, it's not really a high bar, sadly.
Well, okay, with AI. So okay, then you add an AI. Let's not get into this, because I just want to say one sentence. Alright, with AI, we don't ever have to worry about running out of songs with Suno AI, which is like almost my dream. But it's not there. It's not exactly there yet. It's not at making like emotional pieces. Just background work, like the stuff it can make now is, enough to like leave in the background, not pay attention to.
Crumbling Sanity says, yeah, you talk about the AI stuff, you have everyone coming after you. I talked about that stuff in another VTubers chat and they got really mad at me and even ignored me at some point.
I love talking about AI.
Potato420 says,
I just
Bleach Blood War.
I'm tired.
And what's next? Bleach dish soap? Elisa L. Yuka says, yeah, it's only another like 20 to 30 episodes once the next part of the last arc is dropped. Crumbling Sanity says, I thought it was kind of funny, but these guys are really afraid of what the AIS could potentially do to the scene.
I mean, I've already seen like 2 different AI VTubers where it's, entirely a program controlling the model and, having a text to voice type thing. It'll interact with chat. It's cool.
Crumbling Sanity says.
Yeah, that one.
One of them is Neurosama that's gotten really popular.
Like, to me, it's just cool technology. Look, let's put a pin in this. Who's the one that puts a pin in things? It's the guy from Bolt. Alright, let's put a pin in this. Because I need sleep. But I could talk about AI for hours. It's just cool to me. Because, hey, look, it might take over another day, but we're fine today. Alright? The fact that I can still be here drawing and rigging means that we're fine for right now. You just need to find your space. Like, if you are getting if you are losing your livelihood to the AI, you just gotta work around it. Can I please sing my Greek war songs now?
Crumbling Sanity says. Exactly, well said.
I just want my Greek music, okay? But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. Growing old and yet you're still here. But I say and you'll see him again. The Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will lead the guards. Menelaus will lead a maid through the gates to take the whole city at large. Tessus will lead any ambush attack. Little Ajax will stay back. Your held and protector. Neo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Feel that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Undo every pain now. Ask yourself inside. What do you fight for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope, Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for us, I fight for us. Penelope, Telemachus, way. See, I'm dancing. I can't see because I'm in potato form. And now, because we talk so much, I'm not even as tired. Who was that? A vision. Used to come. Me dealt with. Look, I'm just gonna bring out the model. But look, I'm hard cap. 15 more minutes, and then I sleep. I have work in 4 hours. Let me just bring it up. Might look. I have a model that moves. Oops.
Fair enough.
It's not my personal design. It's a commission I made, and I just fucking use it. I need to make my own model.
Sanity says. Oh wow.
And Lamachus. I fight for us. I fight for us.
Crumbling Sanity says. Wait, so has the person that wanted you to do this commission not obtained it yet, or they don't want to use it or something?
They just don't use
Crumbling
it.
Sanity says. Cause this looks like a well done model.
Like, they gave me the money, I delivered the product, and we never spoke again. And I never seen them use it. But hey, I never claim it's my own. I make sure to put it everywhere. On my design, I just threw it and rigged it.
Crumbling Sanity says. I mean, as long as you got your money though, that's all link.
It's all that matters. You put like some character that made it think you're. It's not a pony.
Your true form is a pony.
Not a pony. Not funny. Alright. 9.
Crumbling Sanity says. What?
Blame the furry world. Furries put ears on things that don't have ears.
Crumbling Sanity says. I have to tell you that's one wild design cause I thought you were a pony too lol. Elisa L. Huka says. Had to rotate LMAO.
Look, I just go off the reference sheet. Alright? If the reference sheet has ears on a shark, I put ears on the shark. Mo.
Crumbling Sanity says. I mean most furries look like foxes, cats, or dogs and that's about it.
Hey, you gotta do cooler ones.
Crumbling Sanity says. This is kinda starting to remind me of Beer Chat now.
Mo, with everyone being crazy looking.
Potato 420 says. Gasp a pony shark. What an odd world we live in.
This cannot be much
but it's
odd
worse on Beer Chat, though.
Compared to everything in the world. I mean, look, you will not find any hidden sex buttons on this model, like in VR chat, alright? No toggles.
Crumbling Sanity says. LOL whoa.
Right. Like, okay, if you talk about deep voice, one day in my life I'd want to get as deep as this guy can go.
Says, I'm glad you clarified that for the furry crowd.
Look, furries are like 60 to 70% just porn. And this is not even a speculation. There was a study on it, and it's majority just porn. Just like my manhwa. My gay manhwa is like 90% porn. Well, Twitter is just porn, bots, and chaos, and I only want the cute memes. Just give me the cute memes.
Crumbling Sanity says. I didn't even think you could show that stuff on social media like that anyway.
I mean, if it was China, no. US? Ah.
Botrix says. Crumbling Sanity, you leveled up to level 3.
Of what is to come, and not be outrun, and only be dealt with right here and now. Tell me how, I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before. Say no more, I know that I'm ready, think you're ready. It's just an infant.
Crumbling Sanity says.
It's just a boy.
I thought you must have been listening to some Disney stuff.
Well, look, you asked me nicely, and I would gladly sing to you all of the Frozen musical soundtrack. And I guess there's some Moana songs I like. Yeah, that's about it.
Crumbling Sanity says. I think I'm good on that.
Come on.
Potato 420 says. A lot of fetus and gay furry porn or the gooning side.
we move on to musicals, so you've got to bring up the goon.
Crumbling Sanity says. I mean, don't let me stop your fun, cause you were singing pretty well.
Wait,
Sanity says.
Type when you, if you want to talk to each other without speaking, you can do this. You put exclamation point in the front. And now, like, if you talk without the exclamation in the front, I will assume.
Wait, you have to type that in every time.
Well, if you don't want to talk to me. Or I could turn off the TTS.
Crumbling Sanity says. Oh, okay.
Wow, I accidentally closed all my windows.
Crumbling Sanity says.
I'm not even gonna pretend to
You're
raise.
probably better off taking off the TDS then.
Fine. It's off. I got W, not gonna lie. Like, we got 9 more minutes. I'm gonna sing for 9 minutes. And then the stream is over. Watch the model have a seizure in the meanwhile. Right? But like, I need more I need more musicals. Fuck. AI, give me fucking this musical. Just like 10 versions of it. Fucking hell. Okay. I think you're ready. It's just an infant. It's just a boy. What kind of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid? Is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one filled with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. Say goodbye to Penelope. Penelope, raise him as my own. When I'm far away from home, my rest is never known. I bleed for ya, I'm at my knees for ya, begging please. Don't make me do this, don't make me do this. Blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose. No, I have to catch up on the chat. Like, don't get me started. People make such amazing models that, like, half of me is inspired and the other me wants to crawl under a rock and give up. Alright. I want to finish my models so that I can make new models, but then I just want to fucking roll around and do nothing. Yes, it is a sheep. It do be a sheepy sheep. I guess it's... I mean, my shark might not resemble a shark, but at least the sheep resembles a sheep. Okay, like, those sound really cool. I once almost got to work on a giraffe, but you know. Well, those, like, from, yeah, for like, I'm already familiar with those stuff. Like, that's not new to me. Like, I was once on the cutting edge of the VTuber world. Not anymore though, but when I was, that was like already in the works. Like Face Rig Animes was working on Live2d backgrounds, which that stuff already out. You know, and it's really cool interactive backgrounds. You know, I'm just into them from a technical standpoint, like an artistic standpoint. Like they're, like, you know, I love beautiful art, I love beautiful animation, and this is just a wonderful amalgamation of the two. I'm not into drama or fandoms or blah 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 blah. I like technology. So, you know, the cool stuff people make, see, that's it. That's like, it's kind of unfortunate. Okay, well, you came and watched me when I was a potato. What do you mean? Because to me, a model should really just be a supplement to a stream. Like, if you can't do a good stream without a model, the model really has to be like some really good shit to, you know, carry a stream all on its own. And it's like, meh, I'd rather have fun making nice looking models, but not kill myself over it. Like it's here to bring joy, but I want the stream itself to be nice. I mean, to me, the only thing that makes a VTuber special is not being a gross human. But when it comes to choosing who to watch, I don't choose based on if they're a VTuber or not. I just choose based on the content itself. But which one? Real flesh tubers, like they say. Personality, what's that? Forgotten the lessons I've taught you. Yeah, and you don't flesh tube anymore. That sounds like a No Note November term. You know, I don't do the flesh tubing anymore. But yeah, I once was with a group that worked in the Live2d world, and we would see people that have no presence trying to drop thousands of dollars on a model, and sometimes they wouldn't accept them because it was kind of like not profitable in a reputation sense. You know, we make this $1,000 model, it goes to this person who gives up after a few weeks. But sometimes what's interesting is that when you get $1,000 model, sometimes not only the model, but the group that made it, it all helps in the hype, you know, all the networking. Oh, that's so your turn. I'm only gonna be there for like one more song. I know I have so much I could talk about. Can we do it tomorrow? Tomorrow I don't work the next day, so I can stay up until literally forever. I can never sleep, but I have to work in 4 hours, which is now 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's my fault for being lazy during my eating. So I should have started streaming, you know, like 2 hours earlier. But let's not talk about that, okay? I never stream on time. The only time I stream is early in the late. Nothing's ever good. Give me one more song. But I like this one. Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you? You know. Have you forgotten to turn off your heart? This is not you. I see you changing from how I've designed you. You've forgotten your purpose, let me remind you. Goddess of wisdom, master of war. Life has one mission, to make the greatest warrior. Had a challenge, a test of skill, a magic boar only the best would kill. Day a boy came for the thrill, boy whose mind rivaled the boar's own will. Maybe one day he'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know he'll change the world, 'cause he is a warrior of the mind. Maybe one day I'll reach him and even build his skills as I teach him. If there's a problem, he'll have the answer. He is a warrior of the mind. Show yourself. Know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you. Can you see through my spell? Ha! And you fell for my bluff. Ha! None, you lied to me. What's your name? You first, and maybe I'll do the same. Nice try, but two can play this game. Ah, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess. Let's be honest, your name Athena. Badass in the arena, left us to the Athena, the best of this we've seen. Looking for a mentor, make sure your time's well spent. Plan, goddess of man, with his friends, we'll see how it ends. Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I go, we'll change the world, 'cause we are the warriors of the mind. Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind. And to make sure you don't fall behind, that you are a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me. Reap. It's very easy these days. I will say this, becoming a VTuber is as easy as you want to make it, or as difficult as you want to make it. You can have an image of a potato opening its toonish mouth and eyes, or you can make a 3D model of a potato. Hyper, whatever the fuck you want to do. But you know what I want to do? I want to sleep. So I am very sorry to cut off our wonderful conversations.
Crumbling Sanity says, true, there are some people that make and rig their own models and take it from there or get some pre-made one. Elisa El Yuka says, good night Rio, rest well, have a good day at work.
I will try.
Crumbling
Are you gonna
Sanity
change
says,
your name back, Grim?
all good, you get yourself a nap.
I'm never gonna get a full night's sleep. But who needs sleep anyway? I'm just gonna die. Good night, everybody. I need outro music.
WYM. I'm using Grim's real name.
Why would you use a real name on the internet? That sounds gross. Very gross. Okay. Good night. Pretend I have an outro. Maybe one day. Bye. I'm gonna be a frog for the outro. That's all. Ribbit. 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 Oh wait.